Humaxa, Carolyn.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for having me today. This is a leadership summit, which I think is actually very appropriate for Humaxa in context. So as a leader of an organization or as a leader of a team, when things are business as usual, typically you can walk around and talk to the people you work with, find out what they need and what they want to be able to engage and perform the best that they possibly can on the job. Under COVID-19, that gets a lot more difficult, especially if your teammates are working from home, not everybody's in the office, people maybe are spread out or even distributed globally. So of course, we at Humaxa had no idea that COVID-19 was going to happen, but our technology is an AI assistant, kind of like Siri or Alexa, that talks to employees to try to figure out what they need and what they want, and then offers to take action for those employees right in the flow of work. So what used to be very easy to just kind of walk around and find out what people needed, now you can use this digital assistant to help figure out what people need and what they want. And one of the things that's very interesting is the data that we're seeing is the more sensitive or the more awkward the topic is, the more likely people are willing to open up and give authentic feedback to this digital assistant. So if you can picture, if you're talking to Siri and you're asking for directions, that's not really a sensitive topic. But if you're in the workplace, then maybe it would be good to know, do you feel safe at work if you've come back to the office? Are the proper precautions being taken? Are people staying at least 6 feet apart? Or it could be another topic entirely. Do you feel like we're doing a good job of making people from diverse backgrounds feel valued and feel included here? If you're talking anonymously to a computer and you say, hey, I think we're doing a pretty good job, but we could be doing even better, then this digital assistant will try to figure out a little bit more. Gosh, okay, Carolyn, yeah, what do you think we could be doing a better job of? Do you think that there's people who are being overlooked? Would you like me to deliver some recognition to people that are being overlooked? So it's simultaneously helping make the work culture better while it's also gathering all this data and all this information for the leadership of the organization to help make the work culture better and better and better. So I founded Humaxa with my co-founder, Guillermo Borges, back in 2017, and we launched the product last December. We've been growing. We have about 10,000 people on the platform today, and we're just super excited to see that people are adopting it. That was one of our biggest concerns was, are people actually going to talk to this digital assistant? And of course, there's always the skeptics in the group, but we are seeing that it's making a positive impact amongst workplace culture, especially highly distributed remote workforce. And of course, that's all the more relevant right now because of the COVID-19 world that we live in today.
So, Carolyn, tell me one thing. Is your platform available outside the company also? For example, I'm working for a company and I'm not very happy over there. Is your platform available to talk to someone like, in this case, a digital assistant, to get some answers, which will help me psychologically?
So you can install the assistant in any workspace. It doesn't need to be internal. So we actually have a couple of communities, topic around certain topics. You can install the software on a community that is not internal to an organization. At the end of the day, somebody has to care about the feedback that you're giving. So whether it's the leadership of an organization or it's the person who organized a community of practice, At the end of the day, somebody has to care enough to look at the data and say, here's where we could be doing better, or here's some gaps, maybe knowledge gaps. Maybe there's people who really wanted to grow their career and couldn't. The data will show that too, but somebody has to care enough to be looking at the data. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Thank you so much. So now let me go back to Shorni, the Saya. Nice to see you here. Can you talk a little about your startup? How did this idea came to you?